What is up, guys? Vinny here, and this is my one arm croc tutorial. Prerequisites are 2-arm croc, being able to hold that confidently for over 20 seconds. So first things first, let's warm up our wrists. I like to break down this move into two phases. Phase 1 is just learning to balance the upper body on one arm in that stab position without having to deal with the lower back extension and glute activation to get your legs high off the floor. Having your legs lower to the ground reduces your center of gravity, making it easier for you to learn how to balance. Phase 2 is learning how to balance with the lower back and glute extension, raising your legs higher off the ground, increasing your center of gravity, requiring more precision. This is where you want your elbow to go. You want to stab by your abdominals beside your belly button. When balancing, you want the majority of your weight to be by the knuckle of your pointer finger. At the same time, you want to be externally rotating your arm, kind of corkscrewing the ground, having your biceps facing the front and your fingers facing the side. This puts you in the most stable position. To follow this method, you will need a box or a table where you can practice your croc on. So first things first, just learn how to put yourself in a stab position, palms flat on the floor, and just getting your feet off the ground hanging. The next stage is to get your palm off the floor, staying on those fingertips, learning the basics of counterbalancing. Once confident balancing on the fingers, you can start reaching forward, getting the arm off the ground. Once you have mastered this transition where you can shift your weight all to one arm and hold a one arm croc for around 10 seconds, you'll be ready to move on to phase 2. First things first, you must get a strong back extension. This is a nice drill I like to use to develop strength in my lower back and glutes to help get your legs in that parallel position off the ground without having to stab in that one arm position. Phase 2 requires you to add the back extension in that stab position with the palm on the ground. You should be able to do between sets of 3 to 5 back extension in this position before moving on to the next stage. The next stage is very similar, but now do back extensions on the fingertip. Same thing, you want to be able to hit 3 to 5 reps confidently before moving on to the next stage. Once you are past the stage, you are free to try a full one-arm croc. When learning, it's probably best to start reaching forward first, for it is easier to balance. This skill requires a lot of conditioning with the wrist and forearm, so it's important for you to progress correctly before just jumping into one arm. If you follow these progressions, I am sure you'll make great progress in your one-arm croc. If you have any questions, please comment below. And happy training, everyone. See you later.